Herman Daly once said, growth without investment in human capital is not just unsustainable, it is unethical. In this chapter 2, the focus is on the first criteria of an inclusive economy, which is inclusive growth. Now, we know the growth debate is ages old, the failures of GDP and the issues surrounding fast growth, slow growth, a steady state economy. All of these things are part of the picture and the discussions about growth, many other aspects as well. The challenge is just we've run out of time. We can't keep on debating what kind of growth we should pursue at the expense of the economy itself. And this is where inclusive economics and inclusive growth comes into the picture. The question is, what kind of growth is needed to achieve a better distribution of the benefits of growth? So a whole emphasis shift towards the distribution of the benefits of growth. When we talk about sustainable growth, it can never happen without inclusive growth. So what is inclusive growth? Inclusive growth is making sure that equal opportunities are created for all economic participants in the growth process. Not just growth outputs, but also growth process. And secondly, that benefits of growth are incurred in every segment of society. Now, in this chapter, you will note that I've emphasized different types of growth that are more inclusive. So you can say different segments or facets of inclusive growth. On the one hand, you've got pro-poor growth, you've got broad-based growth, you've got shared growth, you've got green growth, you've got inclusive growth indexes. All of these things are new developments in terms of reinterpreting growth, not to throw away GDP, gross domestic product, and to say that we shouldn't measure and progress the economy based on GDP improvements. No. But there should be a focus on broader measures, which we're going to look at the third chapter. So the question is, how must growth change? What must be the refocusing regarding growth? Not just the quantity of growth, but also the quality of growth. Now, what is very interesting, if you bring Ubuntu into the picture, you ask the question of what kind of growth can create real value in the economy, not just for those at the top, not just for the owners of capital, but for those who are participants in the growth process. How do we create real value for them? That's inclusive growth, and that's part of what we are building if we say we want to move towards an inclusive economy. So creating real wealth, as we all know, doesn't mean it's wealth that is just short-term based. It's wealth that is sustainable. It is wealth that generates opportunities for further wealth creation. And if we say wealth, we're actually saying value. What kind of value is needed in order to create sustainable growth? So these are the aspects that are very important. And the aspect of inclusive growth is a new area of research study, which is very important for us to consider and also to explore more. Because I do think at the heart of building an inclusive economy, it can never happen without proper inclusive growth.